What does that say about the guys that used to be there? Not just Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph. Night and day difference.
Pittsburgh Steelers are the team with the highest grade from the AFC North, our next division. They have an A+.
So the Pittsburgh Steelers just started getting going with rookie minicamps, and honestly, there is a buzz with this team that hasn't existed over the past few years. They've brought in some weapons through the draft and in free agency, and obviously, the QB room is a thing that has the attention of everyone. They went from Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph to Russell Wilson. Super curious. But anyways, that's not the main point of this video. In this one, I want to talk about the rookies and free agents this front office brought in and why they have shown us that they can be dangerous and something to be excited about early on in rookie minicamps. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are now on the road to 30k subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there really fast. Alright, so just a few weeks after the NFL draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers are now officially kicking off rookie minicamp, and let me tell you, there are a lot of guys already making great first impressions. I do want to start off by saying you should take everything with a grain of salt because there's no pads, it's not full speed, it's all just first impressions, getting guys into a rhythm, getting them into the playbook, and getting them developed with the coaching staff as well. But one guy that has really stood out to a lot of the media members in Pittsburgh is Roman Wilson, third-round receiver out of Michigan. This guy looks like a stud and could potentially even be a day one starter. He's got explosive speed to stretch the field and break coverage at all times. He's got great acceleration and can rocket past defenders. He's a very sure-handed, natural pass catcher, and defenders really struggle to stay with him when the play extends. And then you talk about a quarterback like Russell Wilson, who's going to be the perfect QB for him at the next level. A guy who, when getting pressured, can get outside of the pocket, extend plays with his legs, and keep letting guys get open. And Roman Wilson's a guy who will run to his quarterback every single time and make sure he's allowing them to have another guy to target. He's got good post-catch acceleration whenever you get the football in his hands, and he's a guy who's a threat to score on every single play. And to me, the great thing about rookie minicamp so far has been that the weather has been brutal, and Mike Tomlin has still held the practices outside to let the players get used to the grind and tough conditions that they will have to get used to. We are just allowing them to get familiar with our facility, Tomlin said. We walked through inside and then worked outside. We then had a dinner over the stadium, so more than anything, it's about an opportunity to not only for us get usual work in, but to also show them the facility and what we are all about. Of the approximately 4 dozen players taking part in this weekend's rookie camp, none is higher profile than first-round pick Troy Fautanu. Tomlin was asked what the offensive tackle from Washington has shown him in the very early going of his career. I don't come into these relationships assuming anything. It has been good to get to know him, Tomlin said. We had dinner last night, sat at the table together, so just continuing that process. He's in very good condition relative to his position, so that's a really good place to start in terms of laying a foundation to his career. 2 more draft picks officially put pen to paper in signing their standard 4-year rookie contracts on Saturday. 3rd-round wide receiver Roman Wilson and 6th-round defensive back Ryan Watts each were announced as signed. Wilson was taken 84th overall out of Michigan, and Watts was the Steelers' final pick at number 195 overall from Texas. For Saturday's workouts, the Steelers announced that Michigan's Joel Honingford and Bowie State linebacker Joshua signed undrafted free agents, and there were 10 first-year players, most of which spent last season on the Steelers or another team's practice squad. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about regarding rookie camps. I know it's kind of a boring thing to talk about, but it's also exciting at the same time to see football starting to get rolling again. So now I want to get to the QB room, because that's what everyone is focused on. Starting with Russell Wilson, I think he has a little bit of magic left in the tank, and obviously, he has a ton of experience. So I think he is the perfect guy to start out the season in front of Justin Fields, especially because he plays a similar style of football. But I think I know exactly how this is going to go. Wilson's going to start out the year, maybe pick up a big win or two, but as soon as he starts struggling, around the 6 or 7 game mark, the Fields chants are going to break out. And as for the guys that the QBs will be throwing the ball to, I know the Steelers just lost Deontay Johnson, but I think they are going to have a receiving room with a lot of untapped potential, and I don't think they are going to be a bad unit at all. George Pickens is going to be leading the room, so this is his chance to have the breakout season everyone has been waiting for. Last season, he put up over 1,000 yards with 5 touchdowns. And this season, he's going to get a lot more targets with better QBs throwing him the ball. And there was some drama going on with him creating problems in the locker room and on the field, but I feel like all of that has blown over. he was super young, and I think he learned from his mistakes. Behind him will be Van Jefferson, who we all know does have potential, but really, we're just going to have to wait and see the type of season he's going to have. And then for the third option, they just drafted Roman Wilson from the national champion Michigan Wolverines, and I was big on this guy coming into the draft, and I think it was great value where they took him at pick 84. He put up around 800 yards with 12 touchdowns, and we all know that Michigan was a run-heavy team. Also, I know he's not part of the wide receiving core, but Pat Freiermuth at tight end is a big part of the pass-catching unit for this team. Last season, with Kenny Pickett, he put up 308 yards with 2 touchdowns, and as I've been saying for just about everyone, with better QB play, those stats are going to improve. Anyways, now moving over to the defensive side of the ball, this is Pittsburgh's bread and butter. It's pretty much their identity, and it's how they usually win football games. Even when statistically they don't have a good game, in a crucial moment, they will get an interception or force a fumble to completely change the game. And they are of course led by TJ Watt, who is an absolute animal, and it sucks that he got injured at the most important part of the season in 2023. Looking at the Steelers' schedule in 2024, as always, they will have to play 2 games each against AFC North teams, which to me is the best division in football. And then outside of that, they will have to go through the Eagles, Chiefs, Colts, Cowboys, and many other solid teams. So they're going to have to get off to a solid start, and they're going to have to find a way to grind out and win a few games that they weren't favorites to win, if they want to make a run at the playoffs and beyond. That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting cool sports content every single day. And until next time, I will see you all later.